Hey there again, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one, Nova Roma by 25th Century Games. This is a worker placement, point salad type game, you know. It's designed by Stan Kordonsky, who also designed the first Tsar, also getting published by 25th Century Games. So keep your heads out for that. So this is the game setup. Here you will place your workers on this grid that will determine what actions that you do. And then those actions are each shown around the remaining part of this board here. The game is 5 rounds long, and each round consists of 3 phases: the Emperor phase, the Forum phase, and the Cleanup phase. In the Emperor phase, the first player turns over the top Emperor tile and decides from the 2 spaces indicated on that tile where to place the Emperor on the Forum area on the main board. Players who place their workers in that row or column with the Emperor will then receive a powerful bonus towards their corresponding action that they choose. Next, in the Forum phase, starting with the first player and going clockwise, each player will place one of their patricians on one of an occupied Forum space on that main board, and they perform the 2 corresponding actions that it connects to. There are 8 available actions in the game, and your actions are determined by what's shown on the end of the row or the column where you place that patrician. If you have any applicable follower cards, you can activate them and claim 1 achievement on your mosaic board. When performing an action, you gain 1 power for each of your patricians in that row or column. You gain 1 additional power if the Emperor is in that row or column. So your total power can be 1, 2, 3, or anything above 3 is wasted. So the most is 3. If you want, you can choose to forfeit that action to gain 1 coin or perform that action instead of getting the coin. Let's go over these actions. So the trade action. Here you will gain a number of coins equal to your total power for this action. You can discard any number of follower cards to gain an extra coin per 2 discarded followers. Coins can then be used to purchase any goods. Each coin you use lets you gain 1 good of your choice. The upgrade action. Here you will gain a number of influence equal to your power for this action, and then you can spend any amount of wine to increase the influence even more. 1 wine for 1 more influence. And then you can take 1 estate tile from the offer and place it on your estate board, production area, with the cost being shown above it. You can place the tile in an empty space or replace an existing tile, discarding that old one. Then you will move the remaining tiles to the left and a new one comes out. There are ongoing estate tiles where you can place your artisan on these tiles and gain the rewards shown, or animal tiles which give you in-game scoring opportunities, or lastly, single-use estate tiles that activate when placing your artisan on those. You will be placing your artisan on this grid when taking another action. Petition action. If the first player marker has not been claimed this round, then you can spend 2 influence to claim it. Then you can take any of the other 7 actions by paying influence up to your current max power on the petition action, and the action you choose will be performed at the same power level that you paid for it. The recruit action. Here you will draw follower cards equal to your power. Cards can be drawn from the face-up follower offer or from the face-down deck in any combination that you'd like. Then you can play exactly 1 card from your hand costing or paying its cost, and the cost depends on your power. 1 power, you pay 2 coins. 2 power, you pay 1 coin. And 3 power, you play the card without needing to pay anything. When playing these cards, you will place it in the follow row, and you can only have 7 cards in the row. As you play your 4th card, you will have to pay influence in addition to playing your cards, and you can have a hand of 6 cards with all others being discarded. The sale action. Here you will select a shipping contract from the shipping offer. Your power determines which contracts you have access to choose from, and you'll pay the goods or the coins indicated and take the contract and place it under your mosaic board. If you complete a contract, gain a number of sales equal to your current power on the sale action. You can move either ship along the routes, and this can be split between the 2 ships as well. You will collect any rewards as your ship enters or passes a harbor with the reward shown, and the first ship to reach the victory ports will be placed on top to gain 14 points, second with 12 points, and all others for 10 points. The build action. Here you will select one building contract from the offer area. Your power determines what contracts you have access to. You pay the goods or coins indicated and take the contract and place it under your mosaic board. You can place a building in one of the 3 zones, and your power determines which zones you have access to. You will use the building blocks of your color to make the shape and size shown on the building contract that you completed. This can be rotated, flipped, however you'd like. If all the available spaces around any building reward token is covered both diagonally and orthogonally, then all players who have at least one block adjacent to it then collects the reward. The race action. Here you will advance your hippodrome tokens a number of spaces equal to your power. You could choose to advance on one track or split between them, and you can also discard one artisan to advance one extra space on that track. If you cross a line on the track, you must pay the horses that are shown. Each time you cross a line onto a golden wheel space, collect one of the rewards shown, taking one achievement token or gaining one influence. There also is a favored track, and players, the player who is furthest along the track at the end of the round gains the chariot token worth 3 points. And you can gain 5 points if you reach the final space on this track. The produce action. Here, you can hire artisans or place artisans onto your estate production area to gain rewards. And you can do this once per power that you have. There is a cost of 1 wheat to hire an artisan. During cleanup phase, though, you can only keep 3 artisans and the remaining are discarded. When placing one in your production area, you will collect the goods shown in the row and column where it was placed. And if it's placed on an estate tile, then you can collect those rewards as well. In addition, collect 1 extra good from the row or column where you placed your artisan for every other artisan already present in that row or column. And, well, those are the actions. Now, the last part you need to know is all about your mosaic board. Now, once per turn as a free action, you can claim 1 achievement on your board. These can be claimed in any order that you'd like. You will place one of your achievement tokens over it, and once you have filled in 3 in a row, like tic-tac-toe style, you will gain the instant reward shown. You start with 4 achievement tokens, and you can earn 3 additional during the game, which means only 7 out of the 9 achievements can be claimed. The cleanup phase occurs once each player places their 3 patricians. You will then determine the next first player, check to see who is furthest on the favored chariot, and give them the chariot token. Patricians are returned back to each player. Artisans from your estate production area are moved to your available artisans area. Exhausted follower cards are flipped back over, and the leftmost follow card and basic estate tiles are removed and new ones come out. And if the special estate tile was not claimed, then you discard it and replace it with a new one. After 5 rounds, the game ends. You will gain points from the sailing area, from building contracts, from building zone majorities, from chariot tokens, hippodrome finishes, follower cards, animal estate tiles, your mosaic board, your remaining goods and coins exchanged for 4-to-1 ratio for points, your influence and artisans are exchanged at a 2-to-1 ratio for points, and the first player token is worth 2 extra points. And then the player with the most points, they win the game. And, well, that's Nova Roma, the 25th century games. So this is like that point salad type game where you're placing down your workers to choose which 2 of the 8 actions to perform on that turn. Keeping in mind that you want to line your workers up with other workers or with the emperor to get stronger actions to increase your power. Then you will figure out these, different actions and see which ones help other ones. They all are kind of connected. You will need to set up somewhat of a strategy to take advantage of some actions that, make other actions stronger. You'll be using resources as well to pay for certain cards or tiles, and then your points come from, all over the board. So you will be mathing out a little bit as to which one seems stronger for you at that time. The way you choose your actions is unique as you are trying to get more powerful actions, but also the actions that you actually want to perform. And the actions kind of, help one another in different ways. So sometimes you're thinking you might want to do one action before doing this other action, and you're trying to make sure that you do that in line. It's a great game with multiple choices. You will figure out how actions interact with each other as you play, and the game has great components as well, good replayability, and it's got strategic choices that will keep you, involved in the game to keep on going. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one, Nova Roma by 25th Century Games. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one, so you know if these games are ones that you want to get to your own table.